I would actually recommend trying to find an image of an artichoke first. So let's go into here and artichoke. Find an image. Let's see if we can find one that's just, yep, there. Works for me. Just keep in mind you don't want the stalk right here. Just gonna take a quick screenshot of that thing. And that should be good. Pulls up everything at once. Okay, so you want the origin on and you want to select the plane that you want to import it into. You'll go to Insert, Canvas, and Insert from my computer. Scroll down, it should be the last screenshot, and you're going to import this. This is just a reference image, you can always scale it down, but to get started that's going to be helpful. So what you're really doing with an artichoke is you're creating these leaves in a circular pattern. So what you want to do is think of this not really from this angle, even though you need that as a reference to keep yourself sane here. You want to actually draw it in this orientation. So I'm going to draw a concentric series of circles that are just stepped up. And like I said before, I'm only going to make the first parts of this artichoke, like the bottom half of the artichoke. So the maximum that I can have is probably 60. So I want to be a little bit below that. I'm going to do 55, and then I'm just going to make a plane that goes up from there. This is going to give me a line to follow. Now, if this is not to scale right here, keep in mind, I'm going to move, in my history, I can move sketches that aren't constrained to each other. That way, when I have things like reference images, like this one, I can scale them up to meet the needs that I have, right? Like, I want it about there, so it's contained by that circle. Maybe a little bit smaller, but close. Yeah, something like that. This gives me a good place to start. So I'm going to click OK there. Like I said, I'm going to make the first quarter of it. So I got this. I'm going to make another plane. I'm going to go up about 10 millimeters. And then I'm going to make one more. So I'll go up 10 millimeters and be done. So what this does is it gives me like these halves of whatever. And I want to get consistently smaller as I go up towards that, or at least follow the shape of the artichoke. So I'm drawing this, and again, I'm going to make a circle. Center point circle, and I'm going to make this thing 40. Now, it doesn't have to perfectly match your drawing, but it does help. So I got that there. That should be good. I'm actually going to start with that. So I'm going to just turn the plane off so I can see better. Cool. So I got this, I got that. What I really have to do is draw one of these leaves on a plane that's closer to the edge of this so that I can have it wrap around. So easiest thing might be start at the bottom. Actually, because of the way these overlap, it's actually better to start at the top. So we're going to draw on this, and we're going to make a little offset plane from here. So I'm going to put this plane where I think the approximate distance should be. So I want it to be right there, kind of in between the two, because I'm going to have that leaf kind of overlap here. So you can choose lots of different ways to make this. I think for my benefit, I'm going to actually use the form tool because it's going to get me a much nicer shape. And I'm just going to make a very simple rectangle. I'm going to use this as my reference plane. That's why I made it. And I'm going to make a very basic leaf. So come over here. I want to edit this thing. And I'm going to do that by using the modify tool. So I select this entire thing so I can rotate it first, like that. So if you look, it's pitched between these two. I'm going to move this up somewhere around there. And now I want to mimic the leaves that I see. So we're going to use this as a reference image, but by no means am I going to try and get this perfect. I'm going to select these top pieces, and I'm going to scale them in or out depending on how I want the shape to flare. Same thing over here. I'm going to use this. Let me see here. Okay. And I'm going to scale this out a little bit. It's going to be much better. Cool. And now I can tweak this like that or like that, depending on how I want it to be. I think that's probably more the shape I want. And I click OK. Now the reason I did this way is because now I have this solid object. You can see it here in the body. It's my one body. And I can use this circle as my circular pattern tool reference. But these are only references. Really, all I'm going to use is this axis and this object. So we'll go into here. I will go and say, I need to make a pattern, circular pattern. I have this body selected right there, and my axis is this blue mark right here. And then it's just however many of these I actually want to use. I want them to slightly overlap, so I'm going to just do this, and I have my first shape. I think you get the idea pretty quickly. We're just going to wrap these up so that we have a concentric shape for each one. So let's do the next one so you can see sort of what we're going to use for the pattern. And we might want to use these as a reference so we don't get confused. So this time I'm just going to use that because I think you understand we don't necessarily need the reference to be too intense, but we do need this to match up. So I'm going to make these slightly smaller, and I am going to have to make them a little bit closer to the surface. So we're going to go into Modify, and we're going to select this. Now it does this helpful thing of graying out where my other bodies are so that I do know sort of like where my stuff is. Now I want to move this out and up. So I want this to be about there, and I want it to be about there, and then I'm going to pitch it like that. And I'm going to want to move it so it's centered just for my own benefit so I can see. Cool. Now the next thing is going to be highlighting this whole base, if I can. That. And using this symmetry stretch right here. So that's going to get that shape. I'll do the same thing up here but in reverse. So I want to select the entire thing up to that middle line right there. If I don't get everything I want, I might need to do this, where I rotate around it and select those individual faces I didn't get. That's okay, as long as you can capture them. Just make sure that you only select faces altogether, or lines altogether, or edges altogether, because it can get kind of messy otherwise. And then I want this to shift, so I'm going to tweak it like that. And then I'm going to look at this from the side. I'm going to see if I can, yeah, like that. And I'll do the same here, where I just want to like just pucker that out a little bit. Okay, so I have my reference here, and I'm done with that part. Now it shows me all of these. You can see the overlap is there. If you want to move it, like I don't love that these are running into each other right here, you can go back into your tool, you can edit this, you can highlight the whole thing, go into Modify, and you can look right here a little bit closer. You can move it so it doesn't conflict with anything, like that, for example. And then you finish this, and you have it peeking out from over there. And then you go into your circular pattern. You have your object. It just wants the axes, the thing it's going to rotate around. That's the blue one right here. And then you just tell it how many of these instances there are. It's just math. So you do that, and all of a sudden you're starting to get a pretty decent artichoke, and you're going to notice that all you're doing is building it up. I would recommend making sure that you start at the bottom. That's going to be the easiest way.